Hello again, and welcome back to day 13 of the Greatness Within journey. 31 days to reconnect with yourself and start confidently creating a life worthy of you. We have been talking about the different pieces of the seeker stage, the courageously discovering your light. Yesterday, we talked about purpose. Today, we take it to the highest expression of your purpose, and you may know this as vision, a vision statement, the ideal version of your life, your future, whatever it is that you're trying to create. But before we get to that, I wanted to share a little bit from Napoleon Hill's quote on vision. And he writes, "Man's only limitation within reason is the development and use of their imagination." So in this instance, man stands for just the human being. So it's just the humans beings only limitation within reason is the development and use of his imagination. And the way you want to think of this is not new. You've heard it in other places. Sometimes you hear a quote or a Bible quote that says, when there is no vision, people perish. And one of the things that we have to recognize is that the brain itself, our brain, functions a lot better when we have a visual of where we're headed. If I were to tell you or ask you, hey, come to my house, you wouldn't necessarily know how to get here. First, you don't know the location of the house, you don't know how it looks like. So you won't have any clue as to how to get here unless I tell you, give you an address, and also tell you how the house looks. So just in case you lose misdirections, you can find it. So that it's a lot different as if I were to say, hey, why don't you just think of your favorite restaurant and your favorite meal there, and you decide that you want to go there. Chances are that regardless of what happens, you will find a way to get there. It could be driving, running, walking, take a bicycle, um, call one of those a cab and get there. It doesn't matter. You know how it looks. You know where it is. You know the location, the colors. You know your dish, and you can visualize all these things. And you actually probably feel yourself inside the restaurant. All of this is gonna help your brain like focus the energy to get what you want and to express your reason to get there. So that is pretty much how you want to think about this. Why is it important? And it's not just woo woo ideas, it's not just for corporations or whatever. This is for you to frame your mind and brain to focus energy on getting there. So, how do you go about this? How do you go about this process of coming up with a vision? A lot of times, if you go to an interview, sometimes they ask you, hey, where do you want to be in 5 years? And while that's an okay question, it sometimes gets confused because we try to do that based on something that we know. And that's not what a vision should be. It's not something that you come up with because you know how to get there. Because if you know how to get there, then you already have it. There's no point in that. So the point of the vision is for you to start outlining for yourself, creating an image of where you want to end, where your life should go, how you want to feel, who you want to be hanging out with, and just outline that so your brain can start working towards it. So in the book, I have three exercises that I shared. I've used them all in different versions or variations. Sometimes I go or I do better with one than the other. So it's going to be up to you on you to try it. I'm going to give you very quickly the description of the three. These are so that you can just pick one and try it. That's pretty much the exercise for today. So the first exercise is authentic journaling. I heard this from one of my mentors on mindset, and he talked about the concept of authentic journaling. And what that is just simply grab a piece of paper, a pen, pencil, writing instrument, and all you're going to do is at the top of the page, you just write a question. What is it that you're trying to answer? So maybe this is how I want my life to be 1 year from today or 3 years from today. It doesn't really matter what the timeline is. You just want to start writing a question, and as soon as you write it down, then you just let your brain dump everything that comes up uh, to you. So you're just gonna write as much as you can, anything that comes up, even if it makes sense, even if it's like a chore that it's from the day. It doesn't matter what you're writing. You just want to write for however long you decide. Maybe 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, doesn't really matter. Just want to put it all down on paper. And the process of this, or the intent behind this, is that you want to let your mind go without reservations, because what you'll do is you'll notice patterns. The more you do this, the more you'll notice patterns, and those patterns tend to be some version of a vision that you have for yourself. And this works for anything, not just vision statements. The second exercise is the wall of dreams. And this comes from an interview I heard about Michael Phelps, that his trainer told him to play the videotape. And the concept of the playing the videotape was for Michael Phelps to get into a kind of like a flow state by visualizing himself playing a movie of his life. So the wall of dreams, in my version of the exercise, what I was thinking about was, hey, what if the left side of a room, an empty room, is where you are today, and the wall across you is the wall that has like a visual, a picture of everything that's happening in your life, in your ideal situation. So the whole concept of that is, okay, suppose you're walking over to that wall, there are going to be obstacles and all kinds of things, but you just want to like walk over to the other side of the wall, the room, because you want to see what's going on. And the whole process of the exercise is to imagine yourself watching on that wall your life playing in its ideal expression of your purpose. It's just the thing that really rejoices you, the thing that makes you feel like you belong and you're doing everything that you want in there. So you just try to visualize what's on that wall. It doesn't matter if you know how to do it. You don't have to make it perfect. You just have to relax and stay with it, and kind of like visualize that movie playing on, and you're just writing down and documenting what you're seeing on this wall. So that's exercise number 2. And then exercise number 3 is kind of like maybe like a more practical way to see it. It's just, what will be your average day like in a situation where you are doing what you truly want to do, and it's just another day. There's nothing special, there's no perfectionism, there's no trying to get everything right. You're just having an average day. And maybe that helps you with the mindset, because that keeps you or takes you away from wanting to know all the answers and having everything figured out and all the problems resolved and all the knowledge that you need. Whatever, it doesn't matter. The idea of the average day is it's just an average day. You're not having to excel, you're not gonna fail massively. It's just a regular day, and just kind of like write down or document how the average day goes. And those will be 3 different ways to come up with some version of a vision statement, an expression of your life. And as I say it, it's the expression of your purpose. How would you like to express your purpose in a ideal situation? So those are the 3 exercises. The first one is authentic journaling. The second one is the wall of dreams. And the third one is just the average day, a blissful average day. And in whichever exercise you choose, allow yourself to play with it, allow yourself to engage. You don't need to have it figured out in terms of how to do it and what knowledge you need and the money and whatever else you can come up with. The whole process is for you to start describing what this life would look like, so then you can figure out from there, kind of reverse engineer what steps you need to do to get there. So that's it for now. Thank you for watching. go work on your vision, and feel free to let me know what you come up with. And I look forward to talking to you tomorrow. Bye.